Welcome to another episode of The Blitz. I will be your host once again, Bryan Greer. And in today's episode, I will be going over the TCU Horned Frogs season opener in college football, beating the University of Minnesota 23-17. And before I get into this game, I would like to pose one question to a certain team out there. Ole Miss, does it still hurt? So, with that out of the way, how about we get into this game, shall we? This game, in my opinion, came down to offensive miscues for TCU, and on the other side of the ball, great defensive pressure for TCU's defense. I believe that this game should have been way out of hand by the first half. In the first half, Trayvon Boykin was incredible in the first quarter, getting the team out to a 10-0 lead. But unfortunately, in the first half, they did turn the ball 2 times inside the 30-yard line, and also had a missed field goal from Jaden Obercrom from 29 yards, which, as we know as TCU fans, he is great from long distance. In this game showing, he made over a 50-yard field goal, but missed a 29-yard field goal. And that just seems to be the case with him, which makes absolutely no sense when it comes to college football, which usually is the reverse. Now, as far as the defense goes, getting 2 turnovers in this game, one inside the 5-yard line, forcing a fumble that went into the end zone for a touchback, and also getting a sack fumble. Lathan, great game from him, and able to get the scoop and get a touchdown also in the first quarter off of that turnover. About 20-yard touchdown pass from Boykin to Josh Dotson, who that connection is going to be lethal once again this year, and showed it tonight. He was once again the leading receiver with, I believe, 89 yards catching, and Trayvon Boykin throwing for 246 yards and also rushing for 92 yards. Now, one thing for the TCU offense, besides the turnovers, was Boykin carrying the ball and rushing for the most yards in this game. That cannot happen. Aaron Green has to be the leading rusher for the Horned Frogs in order for them, I believe, to be in the playoffs at the end of the year in college football, because Boykin, as we know, he's only 6 foot, he's only 205 pounds, he's not a big guy, he cannot be running the ball. You saw cramps giving him a problem tonight, and that is something that is going to be needed to check and be very cautious all year long. I just thought that he ran the ball way too much this game, especially being the first game of the season. They are going to have to keep him healthy. He is the whole key to that offense. As you saw, he was almost 350 total yards by himself of offense. He is an incredible dynamic player. You saw on that touchdown run how his speed is devastating, can cut on a dime and turn on a dime and just make defensive players look silly in the open field. So you got to be selective with running plays for him. And Aaron Green, one thing in this game that I did not like was the fumble inside the 10-yard line, and also he seems to have a problem finishing running plays. He's got to finish running plays. I saw too many plays where it was 2nd and 1 and 3rd and 1. That has got to change as the season goes along, because this game, I believe TCU's offense left at least 10 points out there that should have been on the board, if not 17 points, because this game no way should have been 23-17. The defense played good for 3.5 quarters. That last drive by Minnesota, I don't know if they took some NyQuil before that last drive, because they seem to just allow Minnesota to go down the field and do whatever they want to. Before that, stingy defense, the TCU defense we know. Now, something I don't understand was ESPN's just rooting for Minnesota and talking about how they're just so, tough and everything, and TCU was rebuilding on defense. They no longer rebuild people. They reload. That's what they do. And if you saw this game, they just reload. They are going to be incredible. You saw Freeze out there, Lathan. These guys are going to be showstoppers by the end of the year. You can just tell. They reload. On offense, Cavante Turpin, you saw Hicks. Turpin, I can't wait for this guy. Even though he is only 165 pounds, and a very short guy. I cannot wait for him to finally get his legs under him. True freshman, but you can tell this guy has incredible speed, and I think he can be a game breaker if they put him in the right situations. And they have reloaded once again. And like Gary Patterson said after the game, they did not play their best game, but it was good to see them win against a team like Minnesota who is coming off straight is back. So a lot of mistakes, but it was good to see TCU pull this game out. They have got to learn how to finish games because they do go on the road this year against Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech. Also go to Manhattan, Kansas against Kansas State. We know that's going to be a tough game. So they are going to have to really batten down the hatches on offense. Defense, I have no issues with. McFarland didn't play. Also, missing another one of their starters. They're going to be fine on defense. It's the offense that is going to have to not make mistakes, convert the third downs, and keep it going. Because it seems once again, you saw this game, once they get to the red zone, that's where the issues come. So they're going to have to just really get consistent as far as running the ball. Cannot just rely on Boykin to make every throw. I know Josh Dotson and Kobe Listenby are great players on the outside, but you've got to be able to run the ball and run the clock out and wear teams down. They have 4 seniors on their offensive line. That should be more than plenty to run the ball and wear teams down. Also in this game, you saw that they are now 20-1 as a top 5 team, which is just incredible. They are always up for the challenge, and I don't understand why most of the media do not understand that. I know they have the big fan base around the nation, but this is a team that when it comes to big competition, they are ready. And they extend their streak to 26 games with a takeover. And once they get a turnover, they really put it down. As you see, they are going to get turnovers, and when they do that, they are almost impossible to beat. So, like I said, kudos to the Horned Frogs for coming out in their first game, tough first game on the road against a Big Ten team. Most people play schools that can barely even field a team in their first game, so I give kudos to the TCU for scheduling Minnesota in back-to-back seasons. So, I really want to see what happens in the next game against Stephen F. Austin. That should be a very easy game next week in their season home opener. So, want to look forward to your guys' comments on this. Were you impressed by TCU's performance on the road against Minnesota? What do you want to see them improve on? What about the offense? Were you frustrated like me about the miscues and once they get in the red zone, just careless turnovers and not finishing plays? Also, are you excited about Kavante Turpin, guys like Lathan, and the defense and how they were able to really just stifle Minnesota? So, look forward to your guys' comments on the game. And I will be back next week for a recap of the game against Stephen F. Austin. And as always, until the next episode of The Blitz, take it easy.